Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. I do. I appreciate you a lot for subscribing to this channel, for just for being faithful and loyal, to this channel. For those of you all that, continuously come over, don't forget to subscribe because I keep seeing in my analytics and it's consistent that I have more people that are unsubscribed that look at my videos than subscribe. So please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. And I'm going to leave the subscribe tag up so that you won't forget. Okay. Okay. So y'all, I did a video a little earlier, but I was running. I had to go out. I had to leave. So I could not talk about it like I wanted to, because I was really on the run. But I had wanted to let everyone know, all of my subscribers, that someone had been arrested for Takeoff's murder, right? And what kind of bothered me, as I said in the first video, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it, go into in detail, was that they're saying that he was an innocent bystander. And you know just the frustration of the police chief, he seemed very agitated. You would think that he would have been, as I was saying earlier, that he would have been excited, um to get justice for Takeoff. Instead, his energy was completely off. He just did not seem happy. He just seemed kind of frustrated. Of course, I'm sure that they had been looking at the videos, because it was a lot of people on their ass. Okay, I have to say. And he did say that they had partnered with the Fed, so I'm sure even they didn't have a choice. But I don't. Even at this point, I still kind of feel like something is off, because if they partner with the Feds, did they just kind of get some help from the Feds in certain areas, or were they completely partnered? Like they are in Young Dolph's case, or did they just reach out to them to get help in certain areas of the case, meaning they still have jurisdiction or whatever over the case, they still have priority over the case. um at this point, a lot of people saying that the feds are looking at j.prince and them, which I don't doubt, because it's a lot of people that kind of die around them. But yet and still, y'all, it is something completely off. When I really wanted to get into it earlier when I did the video earlier, because I was looking at him and I was like, man, it's something that's wrong. That's what I told my subscribers earlier. It's something that's wrong. They're playing some type of game. And then I went and looked at some video of the young man that supposedly did this. Now, he has been around mob ties, and I'm not saying he didn't do it, but he just seemed a little different than j.prince them. Of course, birds of a feather flock together. He could not have been that much differently, but he just didn't seem as barbaric as they were. He seemed to be about his hustle. He was doing videos. Um, he was trying to get something going on YouTube. He had a strip club or whatever, which probably it might be the reason why the mayor upset, because the chief upset, because if he owns a strip club, maybe the chief then been up in there a few times and went through the back door and he hooked the chief up or some other, because that chief sure seemed his energy was completely off. He did not even want to answer questions as it relates to the case. Like, he was very vague, and just based on what he was saying, they ain't got a damn thing. It don't seem like they have anything to me, which means, I don't like the wording of it. And then the mere fact that he was like, we still looking for witnesses. It's an ongoing case, and that's understandable. Of course it is. But why would witnesses want to talk to them? And they're in cahoots with the princes, as I was saying in the earlier today. As I've been saying in every video, why would the witnesses want to cooperate with them if they know or feel that they're not going to be protected? And they are they kind of party with them and stuff. Hell, I wouldn't do it. You can't blame the witnesses if they don't feel like they're going to be protected by the law enforcement people. Why would they do that? And it's a sad thing for Takeoff because some of these politicians appear to be crooked. You know, people have families, they have lives. They're going to, as much as they may hate it for Takeoff, they're going to make that priority, especially when these people are alleged to be bullies and they're able to do that because allegedly they've paid for some of these politicians. So, you know, the fact that he said, okay, that, you know, the shooter, that, you know, Takeoff was an innocent bystander. Of course, he was innocent. We know he was innocent, but they're trying to fix it to say, um, uh, as I was saying earlier, they're putting this into the atmosphere so that the shooter can be charged with anything less than first degree murder. When he said it, it bothered me. As I was saying in the first video, it bothered me because I was like, they're setting him up to get off, to not do any time. You know, reckless endangerment, second degree murder, he'll mess around and get manslaughter. And I don't know, most states have kind of overthrown that third degree murder because, you know, some of these people get third degree murder, they really hardcore murderers, but somehow they've, you know, third degree murder is a damn joke. Some of these folks that have gotten third degree murder is out and out of, they'll mess around and get probation when they ought to have their motherfucking asses in jail. Okay. Third degree murder is a joke. I don't know if Texas has overthrown that like a lot of other states are getting rid of that because it is basically a joke, but manslaughter really is too. And that's it. And third degree murder and manslaughter are very similar. Okay. So it seems like to me they're setting this young man up to not do a lot of time because manslaughter in Texas is up to 20 years, which means he'd get out in 7 or 8. Better yet, if just based on what he said, they ain't got a damn thing. And then what was so weird about it is that they had little Cam pictures sitting next to his. And I know they say little Cam had a gun, but you know, why would they have little Cam's picture right next to his? What in the hell is going on? What are they doing? But they didn't really say a whole lot about little Cam. And you know, I've never seen the police chief so frustrated. He was completely different. Like when, you know, Takeoff was killed, you know, when you look at some of those pictures when they did the first conference, let me see if I can find it. What is his name? Houston Police Chief. I just want you, I want y'all to see this. Takeoff press conference. And the police chief could very well be a nice man. I don't know him. But it's something ain't right. Now, when he was doing that first press conference with Takeoff, he just seemed different. He seemed all happy, and I mean he was just different. Look at his face right here. Okay. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that he he just he had smirks on his face. You know, hell, he seemed happier that day. Okay. Now, let me show y'all what he looked like today. Okay. Ain't this some shit? Look at this. Look at that man face. That's today. You seem like he would be happy. He would be patting all of his officers on the back, his investigators. I mean, I don't think from what we heard, they ain't got a damn thing, but they got somebody. You know, it's weird that Lil Cam went to jail the day after he goes to jail or goes to court. Somebody is charged. Okay. You know, just with the way that those people work, I wouldn't be surprised if they hadn't got together and You know, he's listening to what j.prince and them say, and they said that they putting it on this guy. If we see j.prince them start coming up, as I said in an early video, with all kinds of if they get into the strip club industry, we're gonna know that maybe they set this boy up or something. Hell, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying something ain't right. This police chief, he just didn't seem happy today. He was happier when Takeoff was murdered. And I'm not saying he had anything against Takeoff. It's just something that was different today. Look at his face right here. I mean, he just seemed very agitated. You know? Look at him. Y'all see that? He just seemed agitated. Even when, I mean, he looked just mad. Look at him. What the hell he mad at? Let me see. Can y'all see that? He just didn't look happy. And then this is what's weird. Lil Cam's picture is right next to the killer. But Lil Cam has not been charged with the murder. Y'all, it's something weird about that. Okay? Like I was saying earlier, if y'all start seeing j.prince and them getting into the strip club business, we're going to know that they got together and got rid of the competition. Hell, you know, I don't know. And he could have very well did it. But but it was Lil Cam that we saw in that video. Okay? He was I'm sure he was there, but they play so many games. It's just something that's weird. I don't know what it is, but he is definitely being said. This dude don't look phased at all. The killer. Now his eyes do look evil. I pay close attention to people's eyes. I'm telling you something. When people try to hide their eyes from me, I won't fool with them. I won't fool with them. And if I look at their eyes and they look evil, I sure ain't gonna fool with them. But his eyes do look a little off. But now just listening to him on the video, you know, he didn't seem like he was arrogant or nothing. But hey, you know, he could very well be a follower. But to sit up and say that he was an innocent bystander, and he was innocent. That boy was not doing anything. They shot that boy. They shot him several times. If I'm not mistaken, he was shot 2 or 3 times. One time I would have said maybe it was an accident, but we saw what happened on the video, which is why j.prince Sr. was so pissed off. They was intending to blame Migos bands. This is how dirty they are. When he set up and said that video never should have got out about that argument, I knew it was some shit in the game then. And then they started trying to, if that video had not gotten out, they would have blamed Migos bands. Hell, it's just that vloggers dissected it and they couldn't have got away with that. Okay, they couldn't have got away with it. Okay. But even now, with the way that they are wording it, they are setting the atmosphere for this young man to get off or do as little time as possible. Y'all, mark my word. It was not an accident. That was an assassination. And I stand on that. That was an assassination. And the mere fact that he act like he mad that he had to charge somebody. The pressure was on him, so they took whoever was expendable, I guess, to j.prince them here. I don't know. But it's something that's not right. And then they stand up there want to be mad at the witnesses. Some of the witnesses ain't no good because they stand with j.prince them, but some of the witnesses is flat foot scared. Hell, if they want to come forward, there was witnesses, remember, in the beginning that was being threatened. They act like they didn't know that some of them folks was being threatened. Okay? So they live in Houston. They see what j.prince and them has got away with, and they just kind of skated right over the gambling. Hell, I guess they just like Vegas. I guess it's legal for j.prince Jr. to gamble because they act like that was just a sport. Okay? So, y'all, this is going to be interesting. They are setting the atmosphere for this young man to get off. If he did it, it's wrong. But if he didn't do it, he should get off. But either way it go, they're setting the atmosphere for him to do little time because what he just said, he was an innocent bystander. He could be charged. He could The princess hired him, or he hired himself a good lawyer or something like that. It's some shit in the game. Okay, he'll get manslaughter and be out in 3-4 years. Let me see how I looked up earlier what second degree no what manslaughter carries in Houston, Texas. I mean in the state of Texas, and I think I did say up to 20 years. Okay, but let me see if they have reckless homicide in Houston, Texas, which is a damn joke. Okay, types of homicide charges in Texas. They have four types: murder, capital murder, manslaughter. Lord, my tongue is tied. Manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. This is what they trying to get him. That's the lowest on the totem pole. Because with manslaughter, they got manslaughter is charged as a second degree felony in Texas. It occurs when the death of someone is caused by recklessness. They're setting it up for him to get that. It says there is no premeditation, which is why manslaughter is not to the level of a murder charge. You see what I'm talking about? It ain't to the level of a murder charge because they got involuntary manslaughter, which is what they'll try to give him, or criminally negligent homicides, which he'll mess around and do some damn probation. It says criminally negligent homicide occurs when criminal negligence results in someone else's death, accidental shootings. Aha, there it is. Being responsible for an accident and not immediately calling for help, causing an accident due to reckless driving that results in someone's death, and other acts that aren't premeditated are considered criminal negligence. So it don't have to just be, y'all, an accident in a car. You see what I mean? And I want to see what does criminally negligence homicide carry, how long in Houston. Let me see. Let's see. Um, it's punishable by 6 months to 2 years in jail. Ain't this something? I said it earlier. They are setting the atmosphere. That's the reason why he don't look bothered. They done told him we gonna help you to get out. They're setting the atmosphere for him to be charged with something like that. That's y'all. We gotta talk about this. Let them niggas know we on to what they doing. But from what they saying, they can't even really charge him. He'll get off. They ain't got nothing unless they, just telling us. They from the way they talk, they didn't have to piece some shit together. They can't convict nobody on that. And they know it. One of them high-priced attorneys will rip them to shreds, and they know it. Okay. Anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And you know that the DA's office got to be in it because the DA's office will decide on if they're going to indict somebody. They'll say, we're not going to indict somebody based on this little bullshit right here and make ourselves look bad because we're going to spend all this money and lose the damn case anyway. They wouldn't even sign off on no indictment. They won't let no judge do that. They're not going to take it. They're going to send it back. So it's some shit in the game, y'all. But anyways, I digress. Please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to know that I appreciate you so much. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can definitely donate to the channel via Cash App. Y'all, I do private investigative work. I do investigative work for the prosecutor's office, and I do investigative work for defense attorneys. Before that, I had worked for the police department for 18 years. I know shit. I know when some shit in the game. Trust me when I tell you. Okay. It ain't like going in and out of jail. I worked in the inside and still do. So I know how it goes. And it's some shit in the game for real. But we'll see, because I just know that that whole administration, that whole upper leadership as it relates to the DA's office, the mayor's office, and the police department, they couldn't be that what's the word I'm looking for? Incompetent. Okay, they just couldn't be. But anyways, you guys, because that's a defense attorney's dream, a case like that, and that's what they know. That's the reason why I say it is some mess in the game. Because that'll mess her. They get it. He get a good enough attorney, he'll get it thrown out. Because based on what they said, they ain't got a damn thing. And even with the way that they're wording it, they're setting the atmosphere for him to get what I just said: criminal negligent homicides or manslaughter. Okay. Anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.